Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's tough getting going this morning. I had a Madden draft last night, and I got. Wait a minute, don't I can show you better. I can talk about it while people start showing up this morning. And finally, did we have a quiet Cowboys day yesterday? We didn't have no news. Finally, on the bye week. Finally, it was a little bit quiet yesterday. Jeez. Let me show you this. Let me show you guys this. Hold on. I need to show you my Oregon team first because I'm actually more excited about my Oregon team. These dudes are. That's my quarterback. I just show you my secondary, and then I'll go show you my draft picks for today. Look at the 99 speed. Roderick Pleasant. Then I got a 97 speed, and this dude has all kind of physical traits. He was the number one recruited. He was number one corner in the country last year when I got him. So I redshirted him last year, and this is going to be his first season. He played his first game yesterday. And then I got Bell here, which this is just ridiculous. He's 99 speed, 99 99 agility, and 99 change of direction. That's crazy. Then we have another 99 corner, Seahorn. He's going to be my corner number 4. I don't think I'm going to redshirt him because he's already 99 speed, 89 acceleration, 87 agility. Those will get better. But him having 99 speed is a deal breaker because I can put him on the outside and just shut down anything deep on the outside. You know what I'm saying? It looks good. What's up, C? Yeah, we have a chance. I'm gonna get into that, LaCourtney, in just a minute. I'm gonna let people get in here. We only have a few people in here right now, but yeah, we have a chance against San Francisco. See, that's. Wait a minute. I'll get in that in a minute. Let me finish my showing of my players, and then I got this guy Kenny Tejada, 95 speed. So my corners are ridiculous, and my linebackers. I have a 99 speed linebacker that this year I'm sending that guy to go get the quarterback. His senior year, his last year, I'm sending that guy to chase the quarterbacks all year so I can force passes into this secondary. So if I force passes into speed like that, that's pick city. And you talk about catch. Look at this. Dude got 91 catch. This dude got 81 catch. This dude got 91 catch. This dude got 86 catch. Catching everything. All right, let me go to my Madden. Now get this thing started. Switch this thing up. Why didn't I create my team it wasn't random? That's a good question, King Charles. Why didn't I create my team as Clemson? I am mad at Clemson just like I'm mad at Dallas. I'm a little madder at Clemson than I'm mad at Dallas. Just a tad. So when it was my time to choose a team, I'm so happy I chose Oregon because the players that's on that team, everything, it's been awesome. Oh yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Truth 123. It's just disgusting. It's just and it tells me why I know. You know, when the young me when I started this channel, wasn't legit. YouTube wasn't legit whatsoever. And if I wanted to do what I wanted to do, people's like, why don't you go try to work for the Cowboys? Why don't you try to work for the Cowboys? And the young me would say, I would never work for Jerry Jones. The young me was smart enough to say I would never work for a man like that because somebody said that yesterday. They said when he talked to them, you could tell that's the way he talks to people that works for him. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how he talks to them. And man, I'm trying to show y'all done got me. Let me read you this thing. I'm gonna go back to my Madden. Y'all ain't stopping me from showing my rookies. But Let me read what he says because I made sure I put it down here. About saying about shit. I think his name is Sean and RJ. It's believed that he was paying Choppy, and allegedly he responded as angrily as he did during the video. They said he responded angrily. He said, "If I'm going to be grilled by the tribunal, I don't need it to be by the guys I'm paying. I can take it from fans and take it from other people. The wrong ones were doing the questioning. Now, if those have been real fans sitting there, or if they had been people that knew what they were talking about, football people, I might have had a different answer." This is a slave owner, y'all. This is a slave owner. Now take all the racial stuff out of that you can, because that slavery has been marred by race. Take the race out of it and think this is slavery. Because you better do if you work for him, you better do everything that he says, or he's going to be angry. Now, this is the world that he wants to operate in, because he just said, if I'm going to be grilled by the tribunal, I don't need to take it from the guys I'm paying. Then why don't you go to a tribunal of guys that you're not paying then? You won't, because you created your own media so you can exist inside of your media and say whatever you want to inside of your media, and no one ever questioned you inside of your media. Because if that's true, if you can take those type questions, then why don't you go outside of your little cocoon of your ownership of people you own? Why don't you go out of that circle and then let them ask you some questions if you can take it? No, you can't take it. And the reason why you can't take it, and I told you people why he can't take it. He is a slave owner. He is a person that brings his wealth in off the backs of others. He brings his wealth on the backs of others. That's the way of this country. I'm not saying anything bad about that, because that's the way they work. That's not the way I work. That's the way the country works. But he is an elite slave owner that controls everything around him, and he will not budge. And I told you during that video show, he was challenged and he felt like he was being lessened by those two guys, and it was messing up his money because people were looking at him lesser. So that's why he felt like he had to attack them. So when he felt like his money was being attacked, he attacked their money. You attack my livelihood, I'm going to take your livelihood. That's exactly what happened. Sorry. I would never work for Jerry Jones. What's up, DJ Prune? Jay Recruiter. They're very similar. They're very similar in that way. They're very similar. But it's not just them. I don't want to. It's the way this country has been built. You can't. All we have is to say, I will never work for you because you will never treat me like that. That's all we have as in our level. I won't let you do that to me. That's all we can do. And like I said yesterday, it's hard supporting the Cowboys because I can get behind a loss like we did with the with the Lions. I can take that all day. I don't want to be associated with a man that treats people like property. What is that? When a man treats people like property. I know, but B. Mackle, again, he feels he owns the area. Maybe Odyssey owns it, but he has some kind of influence over Odyssey that if they don't do what Jerry says, Jerry can pull his show for, I won't do y'all interviews anymore. I can do this, whatever. So he has power over them. He may not directly own them, but he is connected with them where he feeds them money in some kind of way where they have to do what he says. Or he wouldn't have been that aggressive. Jerry dogged him out again after the. Yeah, talk about you can take it. No, you can't. You can't. And if somebody knew what they were talking about, what do you mean? Everybody is questioning the fact that we did nothing in the off season. What are you talking about? There's somebody that knew what they were talking about. Those guys were asking questions that we wanted to know. Why you didn't do nothing? Why you hadn't done nothing? And me, I've been like this since Amari Cooper left. Because if you look at the amount of people that have left the organization, that left the team since that Amari Cooper window right there in the past 3 years, we have lost players, and who have we added? What top flight players have we had? Tyler Smith is good. I'll give that one. But in the last 3 years, we don't know about Bland yet. Bland is playing decent, but we're pumping Bland up just like we pumped, because of the interceptions. Chris Plummer says, Shango, are we a cult? Drink the Kool-Aid, man. Chris Plumage, are we a cult? Drink the Kool-Aid, no matter what the mentality. My kids wonder why the heck we're Cowboy fans. Yep. We signed the Dalton guy. Yeah, I saw that. We signed. What was he? A defensive. What was he? He was a big dude. I remember. Defensive tackle or something like that. No chance of Ben Johns at the season, end of the season. And Mike McCarthy, he talks to Mike McCarthy like that. You know it. And Mike McCarthy doesn't have any pushback. Yeah, But this is what I also wanted to say, because somebody asked me, how many people here? Good gracious. Now I can't show you. I'm going to show you my Madden. Hold on. Because I'm about to get all into this thing. Because I got me a quarterback. I didn't tank the first season because I don't like tanking. But let me just show you the quarterback. Best quarterback I ever got. He's a superstar already, drafted, 22 years old. His ratings, he's 99 throw power, 89 deep accuracy. Just a perfect quarterback for me. And then, of course, I don't know if you know who my receivers are. Jamo and Rashid Shaheed. So I'm going deep. I'm going deep on you. That's all I wanted to say. All right. Now I can go back. We're all on. We get the USFL players. That's what he was. He's a USF. He's only played in a couple of teams or whatever. What's funny? Dak's still gonna. He'll probably still pass for 4. The funny thing about Dak is that we are. He's not. He's just a part of this whole mess. So he's not gonna look good. I mean you can't look good in an offense like this. So but still, it kind of proves how bad we are as a team when you look at Dak Prescott with 8 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, and you look at Patrick Mahomes with 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. And you look at the record, and Kansas City is undefeated, and Dallas, we're hanging on to a thread at 500. What's the difference there? Your quarterback needs to slim down. He looks like James Harden at strip clubs. But anybody know? Can anybody answer that question? What's the difference there? I'm going to say it one more time because I know the chat is behind me a little bit. Dak Prescott has 8 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes has 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. The Dallas Cowboys are hanging by a thread at 500. The Kansas City Chiefs are undefeated, smiling, headed to the playoffs. What's the difference here? I'm waiting for some comments to come up, because it's just like that tells you right there that the whole offense is not, the whole team is not good at the moment. That has nothing to do with the three. How does that calculate into it, Alan? Please tell me. How does one of them is a 3-time Super Bowl champion? How does that calculate into them being undefeated this year with him throwing through 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions? He gets some kind of extra points or something for being a 3-time. I don't understand that one. The refs, now that one's a good one, big win, because they probably should be like 500 to be honest. JJ said one is carrying the whole franchise right now, and Pat is being held up by his, like the touchdown. Like last year, I told everybody the Kansas City Chiefs have the perfect formula. They have a perfect formula. They have an elite quarterback that can perform, that will perform better than anybody at the end of a football game. That's Patrick Mahomes' time. Nobody can outdo Patrick Mahomes at the end of a football game. So they got that quarterback that can do that. Then they have the team over here that can actually play football and win football games. And this team, the Kansas City Chiefs, the team was so good last year that the team picked up Patrick Mahomes and carried him all the way to the Super Bowl. And when they got to the Super Bowl, they carried him all the way to the 4th quarter. And then they said, okay, Pat, win it for us. And he did it. That is absolute. That's perfect. It's perfection. And Patrick Mahomes knows it. Patrick Mahomes doesn't walk around like, oh, I'm not GOAT. Man, I'm not GOAT. I'll wear you out. He doesn't even hold that type of energy. He knows that he has some people. He's a part of a really good thing right now. And like Tom Brady, when he's done, he's going to be like, he's the GOAT. He knows that. And it has nothing to do with him running around doing all that kind of stuff. He does what he does best. At the end of the game, you against me, and I'm Patrick Mahomes, you're gonna lose. That's his thing. They have the perfect formula over there, and we have no formula. Andy Reid getting a lot of cheeseburgers. But Sky, that's the narrative. Sky High 22. One is a generational quarterback playing all world and winning championships, and the other is a 4th round backup paid like a generation quarterback. That's just rhetoric, dude. You didn't say a thing. How does that what you just said? How does that make one person be 5-5 and 500 and one person be undefeated when they have similar stats, and the one that's at 500 stats are better than the one there? How does what you just said, or what you just said was just opinion? That's all it was, opinion. The fact is that these are facts. 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 3-3, 500, undefeated. Those can't be disputed. Do you understand the difference between a fact and an opinion? Those cannot be disputed. 8-6, 6-6, 3-3, undefeated. Facts. Oh no, you can't get up like that every week. What we did with Pittsburgh. And plus, the thing about what games have we lost that we were expecting to win? I will give us the Saints, but if you, before the game, if you knew, if you looked at the Saints roster and you looked at the Saints coaching staff, then you knew, you was like, wait a minute, because I was like, when I found out who was their offense coordinator, I was like, you knew the Saints were probably going to give us a hard time, if not beat us, right? So the Detroit Lions, I did not for 1 second think that this football team this year could go in and beat Detroit Lions. Not for 1 second. Not for 1 second did I think we could beat the Ravens. I really didn't think we could beat Pittsburgh, but we did it. You know what I'm saying? So how can we be such a failure when we ain't done it? We hadn't failed. We just did what we were supposed to do. I have some San Francisco 49er fans out here. This is good. Somebody asked, no, we're probably not beating the 49ers, King Charles, but I just want to say this. I have friends, I'm out here in the West Coast. I have friends as 49ers. And I asked him, I'm like, why aren't y'all fan base tearing y'all team apart and all emotional right now? Because their season is worse than ours. The 49ers, but they don't talk about it on TV. They hadn't talked about anything with the 49ers this year at all. And the 49ers are going through the worst of worse. They don't even know if when they're going to get McCaffrey back or whatever's going on. The two games that you talk about our losses. The two of their 3 games that they lost were division losses. And not only were they division losses, they were losses that came back against bad teams. At least, like what I just say, we lost against good teams. They lost versus the Rams. They lost versus the Cardinals. And I can't think of the third person that beat them. And hadn't played well in other games. So I'm not saying we're gonna beat them at all. That's not where I'm going with this thing. Where I'm going with this thing is they're not tearing apart their team, their fan base. Their fan base is not melting down. Their fan base is not doing all kind of craziness and all kind of just losing their mind right now. And they've actually lost stuff that they should have won. We hadn't done anything that shouldn't have happened. Everything with the Dallas Cowboys is going right the way it should be going this year. The Vikings beat them. Vikings should have beat them. We didn't know the Vikings was that good at that time. But yeah, and then on top of that, that's the way we get sold every year. That I can't remember a year that we have come in as a fan base and said that, oh man, I feel like we got the roster this year. Can anybody think of a year that we've come into the season and say, oh yeah, this is our Super Bowl year. Yeah, we can do it this year. Maybe back when we had T.O. and Romo, maybe one or 2 years we could have felt that way. Maybe. Yeah, they haven't looked good. B. Mackel, you're right. But does anybody remember a year of us coming into the season saying, "Oh yeah, this can be it. This could be it." Yeah, we're a hate pit. Exactly, that's a good one. We're the hate. We just hate our team. We hate our players. We just hate so much. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. We're not that bad. Like, and I think it's fed from the media because like yesterday they were like saying, "Oh, the Cowboys are done. The Cowboys are done." I was like, wait a minute. We're just 3-3. Oh, with the schedule they have coming up, they're done. I'm like, no, but we didn't. We felt that way during the year. Yeah, Dak's. I see where you're going. That's that guy. Dak's rookie year when Romo was supposed to be the starter, and Dak was the rookie, and we got Zeke to go at Romo. That was the 1 year I was like, this can be it. This can be it. Because we had saw the formula with DeMarco Murray, and that formula could be tweaked a little bit with Ezekiel Elliott and Romo, and that's the time. That's the one time that I was thinking at the beginning of the season that yeah, we could do it now. But then at the end of the season, every year, the Dallas Cowboys are the biggest failures. And it just blows my mind. Like, how can we know we're not going to do anything, but then in the end of the year, we end up being a failure? And then the San Francisco 49ers, who are absolutely in that boat because they are expected to win every year. They have top rosters every year. And they haven't won since we've won. And it's weighing on, like, my friends that are 49 friends, it's weighing on them that they go all the way. But still, they're not as nasty as we are. They're not as filled with hate as we are. They're not talking all kind of trash about their quarterback. They're not talking all kind of trash about their defense and this and that. They're not doing that. And if you put us in that situation, when we were actually expected to win every year and didn't win with the media blitz that we get, but that's one thing that was going in my mind yesterday. I'm like, the fans get manipulated by the media love for the Dallas Cowboys and the need to put the Dallas Cowboys on television. Like, a part of the San Francisco 49ers fans not melting down because of all this is because it's not on TV. Half the league doesn't even know the 49ers are a 500 football team. Half the league doesn't even know that. Half the fan bases, they don't even know that. They're not paying attention because they just, the 49ers, they're winning over there. They always win. That's the mentality. And then when you play the 49ers, well, the 49ers are going to kill us. But we actually have a chance versus the 49ers. I mean, the Rams beat them. The Rams might be one of the worst teams right now. This fan base is really, and you can imagine trying to play football for this fan base. Dez caught it, and then Rodgers throws a miracle. What I do, Terrence? Thank you. First of all, thank you. Now, don't start this footage again. Don't start downplaying this. It's a standard here. We're always on the forefront of everything, and we don't produce. Folks getting tired of this mess. But Terrence. What I'm trying to say is that is built up. That's marketing. What you just said is the marketing. The nuts and bolts for our team have not been there. The structure, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it either, that they can win the championship. We haven't I hadn't, like we said, that 1 year is the one time that we felt like, oh my goodness, we haven't even had that feeling that we can win a championship. All we have is we always fail. That's all we have. It's kind of like, when people just complain about stuff but never have a solution. But the complaining will keep going and 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 keep going, because you can keep complaining like forever. But when they're making a solution, that's the hard thing. And that's what we never do. We just complain every year. Complain, because the complaints sell. The complaints get on TV. The complaints get my videos like tons of hits. Complain. But nobody likes to actually try to say, okay, what can we do to actually make this situation better? So that's what us as a Cowboy fan, we have to deal. There's no way we can stop this media structure. They're going to talk about the Cowboys all the time. We have to fix the way we receive that information. You know what I'm saying? We've got to take it with a grain of salt. We've got to know that those guys on TV are just on there for entertainment purposes only. They will say everything this week, and then the next week, they will say everything according to that week. And they will never be, they won't go back to the things they said the weeks before, because that's over. They just stay right here in the moment. And that's what they have to do to be successful on television. It's just the way it is. They are is marketing, Charlotte, and they're very good at brand. That's what I said yesterday, B Macro. We're a fan of a brand. We're not a fan of a football team. Philadelphia Eagles are a football team. San Francisco 49ers are a football team. Pittsburgh Steelers are definitely a football team. Baltimore Ravens are a football team. There's a lot of football teams. Green Bay Packers are a football team. There's a lot of football teams in the NFL. But there's a brand and that overshadows the football team. And that's the Dallas Cowboys brand. So we're the fans of that brand. We like to get jerseys in that brand. We like to go to games for that brand. We like to dress up our man caves with that brand, but we're fans of that brand because there's not been anything to get us excited about as far as football in a long time. That road, they were killing me, man. That was a good stream when the people started talking about Romo. Talk about I miss Romo. When we're losing 40 something to the 6, I miss Romo. Punch you right in the face. Talk about you miss Romo. What is Romo gonna do with this? Cowboys aren't a noble team, no. Oh no, they're a trash football team. No, they're definitely a trash football team. Like for instance, even the Eagles, okay, the Eagles have been playing, at least we played well at times during the season, right? There have been times we played well. The Eagles have not played well all season. They got lucky with that messed up turf in South America. Then the Saints guys just ran into each other. I'm so upset about that. Well, they shouldn't have won. They would not have won that game if the Saints cornerbacks didn't run into each other and Dallas Goedert got that long run. But their stats are horrible. Everything's bad in Philadelphia right now. And they beat Cleveland. They barely beat Cleveland. And nothing. But if we barely beat Cleveland, yeah. Thanks for the super chat, Big Win. Sometimes people just love to hate our own team. Yep. It's like I don't get it. I'm in the process of I am too, back on. I am too. That's why I just pointed it. We love that brand. It looks good. We like the colors. No, but yeah, Tom Brady. No, nobody could do anything with this thing. How can you? You got 3 seconds to pass, and you have 3 seconds to pass, and who you pass it to is not open, and then you can't hand the ball off to anybody because you have no blocking or running back. So what is a quarterback going to do? Yeah, it's. Being a Cowboy fan is tough, Cal. Let's just say everybody. I guess everybody goes through their like my friend group, my best friends. They're in a real angry bubble right now. And then I can remember back to I think was it 3 years ago when I was at my angriest. And I said about 4 years ago, I said I started making my videos in black and white because but that was when I was at my angriest, and I've come down since then. But I guess we all go through peaks and valleys. But Cal, what you do know about me, and you do know about me, I don't sit up here and trash players. I've always been completely against that. And you know, we will call out players if they don't play well, of course. We will do this, but to say, oh, it's trash. It's trash. He's trash. Blah, blah, blah. They trash. You know, I've never done anything like that. I have a little bit of respect for them. Now, if they're letting their teammates down and their teammates can't say it, then we can say it. Darth Shango. There it was. I remember. Darth Shango. I had my M3 at that time too. I was going through the whole Darth thing. I was mean. Do you think Jerry will ever change and actually get impact players from free agents? No, but what he will do, Alexander, he won't get impact players from free agency. What he will do is he'll spend a whole lot of money on a Brandon Carr type player on free agency. And say, hey, I spent money on the player. Like the money has anything to do with the player. You got to find the right player and then just get the player. You can't just like, okay, I got this much money. If I throw it on that player will be better. I'm serious. A lot of people think that. They thought it with the quarterback. Oh, we signed Dak Prescott for this much money. He's going to have to be better. No, he's going to be the same Dak Prescott. It's you got to deal with that. Ain't nobody going to change because you give them more money. They're going to be the same thing. You got to watch out where you give your money. That's the thing. 2025. If Genty goes to Dallas, it will be the Ezekiel Elliott pick times 10. And that'll tell you, the Ezekiel Elliott pick will tell you how excited I was at that moment. That was the one time in history. That was the one time in history that I felt like we could do something, is when we drafted Ezekiel Elliott. And I said, Zeke is going to do at least everything that DeMarco Murray did, and hopefully more. You know, that's what my thing. That's what my thought was. And we could ride out with Romo with 1, 2, maybe 3 years or whatever. But before that, I was begging for Romo to retire because Romo was taking too much punishment. I got several videos like Romo's getting hit too much. Romo's taking too much hits. Romo's taking too many hits. Dak, you need to watch out right now because you're taking a lot of hits too. But I was saying it over and over and over and over. And I knew kind of the end was coming up soon. You remember the Panther game? He was just getting rocked a little bit too much there at the end of his career. And then I did not want, once he went out that last time, I did not want him to come back. I was done. And it was for Romo. Or Cooks or Gilmore trade, yeah. They won't do. They'll do something. They'll trade for a name that you recognize, that you can look at their stats and they have something. They've done something in the league. They'll get somebody like that. They won't get people that they have done research and think that fits what we do here in Dallas and all that kind of stuff. No, they'll get a name, because that's really what Cooks was. Cooks is really giving us nothing. I mean, what a number 2 wide receiver would, any wide receiver 2 would give us. That's what Cooks gave us. Thanks for the super chat, Big Win. Yeah, Zeke was still a beast till Frederick retired. Yeah. Yep. The Zeke pick look, I still put my money down on that pick. Would have done it if Romo did not get hurt. And not only that, the transition from Romo to Dak would have been different. And we wouldn't have so many a-holes in our fan base. Because that transition of power would have been much smoother. Everybody would have got to say goodbye to Romo in their own way and transition to Dak. And everything would have been much better. But when Dak took Romo's job, people still ain't over it. Revisionist history. How things could have been. But you see what I'm saying? It was the ignorance of the years before that moment that caused that moment to crash. It was the ignorance of not having Romo set up correctly. It was the ignorance of getting Romo hit over and over and over. It was the ignorance of not having the tools that Romo needed to succeed. It was the ignorance of that came back and bit us in the behind when we got the stuff for Romo finally, and Romo broke. And we're sitting here with Dak in the same situation where we got nothing around him. And maybe when we finally get the things that need to go, maybe get a Genty and a wide receiver too, and some defense and all that kind of stuff. In 2 years, 3 years, Dak might be done. Might be broke. I don't care how big you are. Cam Newton got broke. I don't care. You can't take the punishment that he's taking right now. That's why I said that he better sign a contract before he took one snap this season, because I knew he was going to take hits like that. He's going to throw interceptions like crazy this year, and he's not going to have the numbers nearly like he had last year. Just because of the way the structure of this team is. So maybe it's going to happen again. That's what usually happens in the Dallas Cowboys organization. What we do the same things over and over and over again. So if we finally get a team and Dak Prescott gets hurt and we have to transition to a new young quarterback with this with the ready-made team, then Big got broken in half. Yep. The Great Wall was for blocking. I mean for run game. Leandro, they were great. That line was great at run blocking. Very good at run blocking. That's another reason why I was so upset with Jason Garrett, because we did have a good run blocking team and we should have just ran all the time. And the one season we ran all the time, we broke every record in Dallas Cowboys history. DeMarco Murray, he's not going to come out. Nobody's going to take DeMarco Murray's name out the record books for a very, 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 very long time because we had that conversation. But what did we do? We passed with that offensive line. Yep. That could be done, and we'll be transitioning into a new young quarterback that you want. I thought it was very old and full of cognitive ability, but I'm not sure now. I don't know, but he looks and sounds a lot older than my dad. He is older than my dad by like 4 years, 5 years, 4 or 5 years, but he looks way older. What's up, the Friar? Yep. Yeah, JJ, yep. Said we're going to draft another quarterback in the 4th, 5th round and going to do the whole process over again. Because we won't be ready for Dak to leave. What it'd be like, because he's going to just get hurt and we're going to have to deal with that. Maybe we'll go get a who's a quarterback right now that'll be average by then. We'll get a Bo Nix in or something like that to transition us. All right, guys, this is Chick-fil-A morning. Oh, and we got to do homework this morning too. So I told her we got to do homework this morning and Chick-fil-A. So let me get these kids going, and I'm going to come back and play Madden today. So I might go on live and play my preseason game just to go on live for a while. But hey, thanks for hanging out. It was a struggle this morning. I was very tired, and this was supposed to be a down bye week, and it was not a down bye week. So everybody enjoy your weekend. I'm probably gonna go live Sunday on some game. I don't know which game I'll go live on, but I'll probably go live on some game Sunday, or for a while on Sunday for some reason. And then next week we're back talking about the 49ers.